Hi, I'm Brad with That Damn Nerd, and on this week's episode, we're going to talk about ADSB. If you're a plane spotter or you just generally are curious about more projects you can do with your RTL SDR, this is the video for you. Stick around, it's going to be a great episode. So before we get started with today's video, a quick reminder that a new Discord has been launched for the That Damn Nerd community, and you can find it at thatdamnnerd.com/discord and join in on the conversation. Also, I do have a new Amazon wish list that I've posted with some of the things I'd like to try out. If you're interested in helping the cause or helping out with that, you can get that as well. That is at thatdamnnerd.com. With that being said, let's go ahead and roll into the video. So what is ADSB? Well, it's a type of surveillance that's used to track planes in the sky. And it's an open and unencrypted way rather, to track these planes and get minimal information on the plane itself. Now, you can get positioning, avionics, and ground information about certain planes, and in some cases some of these planes can be up to 200 or 500 miles away and up to 30,000 feet in the air or more, depending on how good your setup is. Now we're going to talk about some of the software you can use, and I'll show you an example of an ADSB receiver that I have here, and kind of how it's all mapped out, and we'll talk about the great results that I have with that. So to get the elephant in the room addressed, we're going to talk about two pieces of software really quick. This is FlightAware Pi, or Pi FlightAware, and Flight Radar 24. Both of them have their own Raspberry Pi images, which allows you to do this. They're all automated, so if you're interested in doing that, I will try to post some links in the description down below to a couple of tutorials. We're not going to cover those because they're cookie cutter, and where's the fun in that? Instead, we're going to talk about two other pieces of software that you can install on your own and just work right out of the box. So let's go ahead and jump into those. So the first piece of software we're going to talk about is a piece of software called Dump 1090, or Dump 1090 Mutability. Now this only runs on Linux-based operating systems that are of the Debian variety. So Debian, Ubuntu, Linux Mint, things like that. This should run natively. You might not need to go ahead and grab this from GitHub. A quick way is to go and do an apt-get install and do dump 1090 mutability and see if it installs. If it does, great. If it does not, you will have to grab it from the GitHub that I will have linked in the description, and then you'll have to do the installation from there. The second piece of software that I was going to reference today is going to be TAR 1090. So TAR 1090 is a reimagined, re-improved web interface of Dump 1090. So it includes a lot more information, and we'll go into that in a second when we actually show the interfaces and compare the differences of them. This is the same thing, but it's a installation script. So there's an installation script in here, as you can see down at the about lower halfway point. There's an install.sh bash script for you to actually install this. It does rely on Dump 1090 to actually receive the information, and TAR 1090, basically it's a beautiful wrapper for the web interface. All right, so at this point it is roughly about 30 minutes after midnight here in New York. So the air traffic is quite low. I did try to record this earlier along with the rest of the footage from today's video, and unfortunately some of the audio was lost, so we didn't have the capability to see lots and lots of planes. Either way, dump 1090 is what we're looking at right here, and you can see that up in the right hand corner we are tracking total 18 airplanes with about 12 showing their position. And you can see on the list, we can see the flight number, their squawk code, and various other information, including altitude, speed, distance, and the track that they are headed, as well as the last known contact and how many messages in total we've received from them. So this is a fairly basic interface, and you'll see what I mean by basic when we move over to TAR 1090 in a second. But this is a great way to get started with ADS-B. It's very simple. There's nothing crazy to look at. And with this, when you select an airplane, so we'll grab this one that's over Rochester, New York right now. When we click on it, it does tell us the information about it and gives us links to FlightAware, Flight Radar, Flight Stats, and Plane Finder. It also gives us information about the country of registration, the squawk code, the RSSI, as well as information on the distance from the site and its global position. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about TAR 1090. Now, this is my personal favorite because of the amount of tools that it actually gives you. You can see that we're still seeing a total of 18 aircraft. This time 16 with positions, shows you the number of messages per second we are receiving, which at this point is hovering around 90. It also gives you additional information on the call sign, the flag of the country, and you can actually personalize and customize the columns that you can see here. So it gives you way more information than it did before. You can filter by specific call signs, squawk codes. Say you're only interested in 7700s or, emergency squawk codes. You can actually put that in here and it will filter down and only show you airplanes with that criteria. Now, TAR 1090 is very easily and very quickly becoming one of my favorites because of the amount of information that's in here. So much like with dump 1090, if we were to actually click on an aircraft, let's take that one we talked about earlier, we actually get information about the aircraft as well, including the signal information and way more than we were getting with dump 1090. This is why I am starting to prefer TAR 1090 as well. So one big thing that I want to point out is that the FlightAware and Flight Radar 20 Raspberry Pi images will take the information it receives and they will upload it to those sites for tracking, amalgamated tracking of all the little receivers that they have around the United States and around the world. And if you're not into the whole sharing is caring mindset of community computing, then this type of setup is perfect for you because it allows you to host that information for yourself locally and those that you give the URL to if you decide to share it with others. Mine, for example, I have 3 or 4 nodes that I have around my house, all connected to the same antenna, but 3 or 4 nodes connected to one, I guess, amalgamated system that goes through a Nginx proxy that is accessible by a certain number of IP addresses for friends and family and fellow plane spotters that, I let them kind of add it to their virtual radar or whatever systems that they have that they amalgamate with. So it kind of creates a mini map of everything that's in the area. All right, so that's a brief overview of ADS-B. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or you have something you want to add to the video, go ahead and post it in the comments down below. As I had said at the beginning of the video, we have a new Discord server. It's thatdamnnerd.com/Discord to get an invite to that server. Have fun, get in there, post your comments, questions, or concerns on anything that we've covered in the past or that you'd like to cover in the future. And again, the Amazon wish list is out. So thatdamnnerd.com/wishlist wish list. And there's a link on there as well where you can just click on the wish list and it'll take you through. I'm not expecting anyone to buy anything, and realistically, you don't have to buy anything. It just gives you an idea of where my mind's at for projects I'd like to try. As always, like, comment, and share the video. And I will see you guys in the future. Have a good one. Bye now.